Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Coffee in hand. It is 8:01 a.m. Thursday morning. The sun is shining. If you listen close, you can hear little birdies tweeting. It's just nice. I do want to do a short rant and rave because it seems like these things seem to be announced overnight. Now, yesterday was all fine and dandy. Everybody, I'm sure, was planning their trips to their Disneyland and all that other stuff. Well, however, Disneyland has decided to push the dates back until further notice because they really didn't give a date now as to the new reopening. And I think that has a lot to do with the cast members. Cast members they were actually petitioning to actually push the dates back. So I think they have a lot to do with that. I'm sure Disney doesn't want to come out and say that, God forbid if they admit to anything, all right? Disney World, however, in Florida has a whole other situation. Their cast members were actually reported, being reported to return to work June 30th. However, under certain conditions. Okay, it's threatened much? Disney, you threatening? People are scared now. They need a job. They got no money. The pandemic is starting to hit down there now. Us New Yorkers, we've been through it. We know what you guys are going through. You got to stop being so naive. That state seems to be a little bit naive with how they're handling it, especially with your governor. Your governor needs to recheck himself. Okay? Your governor does not act the way our governor does in New York. Our governor is a little bit more professional when he speaks. Your governor seems like he's just having a chit-chat with you. All right. Enough with criticizing your governor right now. I do watch the press conferences down there. I do keep up with the information down there. I compare it to our information up here. Us New Yorkers, we are New York strong. We're doing it. Our mayor and our governor is so proud of us because we're actually complying with wearing masks and the stores. All right, it's tough. It is. I'll admit to you. Do I like wearing a mask? Well, no, I don't. Especially up here right now, it was like 90 degrees yesterday. And to wear that mask, I was really feeling it. So I could possibly imagine down in Florida how you people are going to feel. But it is the way it is. Your numbers are going up, up, up. You really need to step it up down there. You really do. For Disney World, cast members are returning to work, like I said, June 30th. All this information comes from a reputable source, which is WDWNT, Walt Disney World News Today. They're a reputable company. They have a vlog, they have a website, they have a YouTube page, they have an Instagram page. They report themselves like they're on the news. They do news reports, which is very cool. I've been following them now for quite some time. And their news is wonderful. I really do. They're very informative. They're really up on what has been happening down there between all the parks. So, Disney World, returning to work, June 30th, as reports. Failure to do so. Failure to do so Disney will consider voluntarily termination. Voluntarily termination. If you do not report to work by the 30th, if you just decide, you know what, I can't come in that day, but you know what, bye. So you're volunteering not to show up. So that gives us cause to terminate you. That's rough. So now basically it's like, gee whiz, now I'm scared now. Should I, I really should return to work. What you should do, Disney, is actually test all your workers at this point. I know testing would be a lot. I know, yeah. You lost a lot of money. I know. You're not the only company that's losing money, okay? It seems like you people seem to forget the rest of the world. Get over yourselves with that, because I'm sick and tired of hearing that. You're giving the Poor Me Victim series. It's not. You deal with people. These are people. These are human people. These are not characters in a movie, so you can't just erase them. These are people that are actually standing in front of you working for you. Get with it. Okay, that will be considered voluntarily termination of employment if you do not return to work by June 30th. Now, however, if you feel uncomfortable, You may want to talk to your supervisors or your leads. They could probably place you in other areas, maybe perhaps backstage. We like to call backstage as cast members. I'm a former cast member from New York City, short term, seasonal. I know the deal. I was a cast member. Okay, placement in all areas, perhaps of backstage. So you may want to discuss that. Now, they're giving Disney cast members three options. Three options. The ones for on furlough, you could be, you'll be taken off furlough and return back to work. Easier said. Okay, that's for you. You just want to say, you know what? That's it. I'm on furlough. I'll be able to return back to work. I'm set. Okay, fine. You're cool. Now, or if you're really not if you're really uncomfortable about the situation, you can go on medical leave. The thing with the medical leave, there is a catch. Disney ain't going to pay for it. You're on medical leave unpaid. So you're doing that upon yourself. So if if you have enough money saved, if you want to do that, listen, I'm not going to come back right now. I'm just going to decide to take my medical leave. I guess that would, nobody mentioned vacation. I guess that would be like the same as like a vacation. But then again, that would be a paid vacation. See, they're not offering that. They're smart son of a guns. They're smart son of a guns. I have a feeling this is why they didn't offer that. I'm saying that. So, medical leave unpaid. That's the second option. The third option would be, listen, you know what? I ain't doing this. I'm out of here. So, you leave the company completely on your own terms. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm not doing it. So, either you get terminated from them or you're out of there. You're just leaving on your own. Those are some hard choices right now. I know the company is probably doing this scared shitless. They're desperate right now. They know that what they're losing. The money situation, yeah, we know. But you're also losing lives as far as people who are actually working for this company. This is how you're treating them? This is how you're doing it. Threaten much, Disney? Because this is what I feel is like a threat. If you don't do what we're telling you, this is what you're going to do. And we don't care. We just don't give a shit. This is what I'm getting. Being that I've worked for this company for a short time, to be a fan of them, and I've always said this, to be a fan of them is one thing. But to work for them is something totally different, let me tell you. And anybody who's worked for them will actually kind of agree with me in some small way. Okay, when I started that job, I was in my mid-30s, so it was a short time. They gave you the impression, because I was hired for seasonal, I was going for full-time. They were only hiring for part-time. I grabbed the job. This was my first retail experience of a job. I left my other job. I wanted a total career change. I was in childcare and housekeeping for on and off through my life for 17, 18 years. I wanted a career change. I wanted to get out and do something totally different out of my box. And I did. And I jumped at this chance. Did I love my job? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Not to get into too many technical details, I loved my job. I did anything for this job. But we all got gypped in the end. And that was it. They give you the impression that, you work for the company, you be a team player and you're part of the Disney family now and you show us that you're doing. After the holidays, we actually consider by keeping certain amount of people who do the job. I was one of them. However, I got snubbed. That's all I'm going to say. So, getting back to this, I would talk to your leads, talk to your supervisors. I don't know if corporate would do anything for you right now, but there's got to be something. I mean, if you threaten to go on strike, I would consider that. If you feel at this point you really have nothing else to lose, especially with them. This is how you're being treated. You give your all to this company. You're happy when you go to work. You love your job, and this is what they're doing. I'm sure this isn't the only company that's doing it, but right now we have to focus. You're focusing on this because this is your job. So everybody else's job is going through other sets. Universal Studios has laid off a good portion of their employees. They have been more realistic with that company, with their company, throughout this whole thing. And they gave their reasons why, because of the population, because of the capacity right now. They're just those people are just not needed because of the pandemic, because of the situation. Probably people are scared to come back to work. Who even knows? It's just, but they have been more. I feel that Universal Studios has been more honest with what they're doing. Disney, however, every day, Disney comes out with something else different, something else that they're always changing something. I'm telling you, this company is going day by day because they really don't know what the hell they're doing. I've stated this in many earlier videos. They do not know what the hell they're doing. They're just winging this day by day. So every night I go on my computer or I go on my phone and I went, because here comes another article. Okay, they're changing this now. No, I said to my husband, wait till you read this shit. I mean, it's unbelievable. The person that was at T-Rex at Disney Springs that has been tested positive for COVID, I mean, he was working, and I stated this also, he was working 2 weeks. He was working for 2 weeks already. He knew he was sick, but he didn't know he had COVID. Okay, fine. He wasn't tested until, maybe he really got sick. And he says, you know what, maybe I better go. I don't know how that situation happened, so I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth. But people are probably working. They're going to be working sick because they're probably scared of losing their job to begin with. So, Disney, you really gotta get it together. I personally don't think that Disney World should open for the rest of the year. I'm just saying it. I'm just calling it. I don't think you guys should open. You know what? We're near the end of the year. Just end it. Just focus on next year, maybe. But for Universal Studios, I feel for you. God bless you for what you do. You had to do what you have to do, understandably. Will Disney have to do that next? I think the cast members need to fight for themselves. I think they should say enough is enough. Go on strike. Okay, if you can do it, do it. I would suggest that because you're not being treated the way you should. This is like a total threat. And they always tend to, you ever notice Disney tends to put everything in words to cover their asses? The COVID-19. You went to the park, you are actually, you may just get COVID. You see, they have to feel that they have to put that shit in writing to cover their own asses. They're not protecting you people. They're covering themselves. They're saying, you know what? And by the way, if you do get sick, we ain't responsible. Come on. It's just sad. It's just sad. Don't be treated this way. I wouldn't be treated that way. I don't know. I mean, for people who wanted to start maybe a small Etsy business, maybe now was the time to do it and just move on in your lives right now. Maybe this is the time to do it. I don't know. But Floridians, you need to be more careful because those numbers are going up, up, up. And it's going to be bad for you. It's going to be bad. I just can't. I mean, we're New Yorkers. We already been through this. And we also have a state ban that none of you can come up here from being down there without being quarantined 14 days. Your governor had pulled the shit on us. So tit for tat, this is what we're going to do. Because our numbers are so good right now. And it just goes to show you when you fight hard for something, you win it. Okay? We do still have illnesses in here, but we are protecting ourselves. We are doing it, okay? You do have stupid young New Yorkers who seem to have block parties and hanging out at bars. But you know what? We deal with it. We deal with it. We give fines. We give policing. Okay, we got to do what we got to do. All right, Floridians, take care. But basically, right now, you guys should be on your own. Your governor is a total idiot, total asshole. Sorry, I said it. I watched the press conferences. He's just speaking like he's just talking like he's at a bar, which is, it's ridiculous. Our governor, a lot more classier. His father, our governor's father, was the best. He was also classy. This is a classy family. They don't pull no crap. All right. With that being said, I'm supposed to get a delivery today. Maybe. I hope. I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm not saying what it is. I also ordered something yesterday from Hot Topic. That hasn't shipped yet, obviously, because I only ordered it yesterday. I decided to go with one instead of the other. I made a sacrifice. Okay, then, so be it. All right, people. Have your coffees. Have a great Thursday. And if I get the delivery, I may make another video in enough time. If not, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for interacting with me. And have a great day. Bye-bye.